Yes, this is Tom Murphy, the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Coach Leipold, if you could just maybe describe how the season's been. I'm an AP voter, and I know I was voting for you guys through 5 weeks, and then just kind of the trajectory of your year maybe.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you jumping on and the question. We got off to a fastest start we've had here in a long time. Really proud of the way we got off, especially 2 road wins where we fell behind, battled back to get road victories against 2 good opponents in West Virginia and Houston. Able to get a couple more home wins against another bowl team in Duke, Iowa State, and then we're fortunate to have College Game Day come to Lawrence, Kansas for the first time, and battled what we see now to be a CFP playoff team. Fortunately, in that game, our starting quarterback and really someone who's getting into the Heisman race, Jalen Daniels, went down. We had a couple other injuries. Daniel Highshaw was a highly productive running back, lost him the week earlier, and kind of hit a bump there. And we had a battle back. Jason Bean, our backup quarterback, played extremely well. But we kind of hit a patch of the season where things were a little rough, but we were able to defeat a rated Oklahoma State team at home to secure bowl eligibility. And here we are. So I think as we prepare for this bowl game, I think we'll be probably the healthiest we've been since probably that early October period. And we're excited to, again, to take on a quality opponent in Arkansas Razorbacks.
Coach, your rise up this year may be somewhat similar to what Arkansas did last year from, being down for a while. I wonder, being in the region, what you thought of what Sam Pittman did last year and just what you make of their team.
Yeah, for our first year a year ago, but looking at the job that he did, I don't know Coach Pittman very well, but I've met him. I know a lot of people that do, and he's highly respected. He was always a highly respected line coach and professional in college football. He's done an outstanding job and has really turned that program around. And again, I think he does things the right way. They're well coached. And again, like you said, hopefully there are some good parallels there between what they did a year ago and what we were able to do this year.
Yeah, Matt Tate from the Lawrence Journal-World. Lance, I wonder, when you looked at your players today and this thing became official, what did you see in their faces? What did you experience emotionally and the excitement level, given what you've been able to do so quickly here?
I saw, a lot of smiles and cheers. I've seen the look of some seniors and upperclassmen who really probably had doubts that something like this was ever going to happen in their career. I saw a lot of pride and excitement. We've been talking about it for, ever since we clinched bowl eligibility, about the opportunity to be together for an extra month, the importance of the development. But, the official sign of an accomplishment of a huge step for a program that has struggled for a dozen years, and extremely proud of them. I'm extremely proud of the job our coaching staff has done, the assistant coaches, in getting this done as quickly as it has. And again, all of that gets to be put on display in Memphis, Tennessee later this month.
Yeah, when we talked to Travis earlier, he kind of described it as surreal. He said he's not surprised because of the character of your kids, but still getting to this point this quickly was a little surreal. How do you describe it? I know when you met with your team, the first thing you told them is, we will win here, I promise, and that's been well documented. But did you think it could happen to this level this fast?
I try not to put parameters and ceilings on things, but to see us get off to the start we did was definitely probably surprising, and yet at the same time, when we looked at the schedule, in the way we ended a year ago, we thought we were on the right trajectory, that if we could find a way to get a win in West Virginia, who knows what kind of confidence this team could start really building upon. So, But yeah, I think if you really held it up to me, I would say I didn't know if we could, make the jump from 2 wins to 6, maybe immediately. But as I've said, I'll never bet against this group and the coaches that work with them daily. So again, surreal. It's just kind of been, we've got so many things going right now. It's just kind of exciting, and I hope this becomes the norm for this program. By the time I landed where we're at right now, already had Kenny Logan texting me about how excited and that we're going to be ready to go, and it's excited to see these players that really haven't had a lot to do here in the last week are ready to jump and get back after it.
This is Jordan Gusky. Lance, I'm just curious, how does it feel to be celebrating this fresh off a contract extension for yourself as well?
One more time, Jordan, please. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good, Lance. I was just curious, how does it feel to be celebrating a day like this, also just, fresh off your own contract extension, having that, finished and ironed out as well?
Well, anything about the contract just goes back into the fact of continuity and stability for this program, our staff, our players, our future players, things that we're going to be doing within facilities. I just think it's another nice building block of what this program will be built upon, and we'll kind of hopefully look back at this someday, talking about how the dominoes kind of came in together on this to make this the program that we wanted to be, not just a one time or every so often, but a consistent winner for many years to come.
Coach Daniel Shee, Arkansas Traveler. What is kind of the potential of a win do for you moving forward, even building into next season and having this opportunity to play in the bowl game?
That's an excellent question. I appreciate you jumping on. And obviously, I think anyone you can end your season with a win and playing well helps the momentum as you head into second semester, winter conditioning, spring ball. Helps you in recruiting, again, with the extra exposure. And again, for us to play a quality opponent and a team from the SEC, I think is also another feather in our cap, so to speak, that we can continue to gain confidence as we continue to build our program, like I said earlier. So there's a lot of things that that are needed, and we're going to need to play well and prepare well to go to Memphis and play Arkansas. But there can be a lot of positives that come out of it.
Hey, Lance, Mike Swain. Between the K-State game and now, I guess, what all were you guys able to get accomplished while you were back home?
Well, we got a lot. Right now we, as I kind of alluded to shortly after the announcement, the coaches quickly were packing up their backpacks and their laptops and making sure what was already on that we could access film. But, we're in homes tonight and all over the country till Thursday. The players will be with Matt Gildersleeve and his staff, lifting and conditioning for the first half of the week. And then we'll hit the practice field Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and start working back the players that didn't practice last week into it, slowly start building in a routine and a game plan. We've had some mock calendars put together on how we want to do this. We'll solidify those here as I travel around and as we get ready to get into full preparation in, a little bit later before we get on the plane to Memphis.
And to follow up real quick, will you be able to get all 15 practices in before the bowl game?
Well, there's not a limit anymore. I think sometimes that used to be a number about how many you get. So I've counted, but we feel very comfortable with the amount of practices that we have. It's not about as many. It's about the work that we want to get certain individuals, but make sure that the first unit, second, the guys who've been playing are rested, healthy, but prepared, and we can stay as sharp as we can with this layoff. That's always a balance. but we want to make sure that we maximize every opportunity that we have within the schedule allowed. Yes.
We have time for one more question for Kansas. Anyone with one more question for the Jayhawks?
Yeah, Coach,
Yeah, Lance.
oh, you can go ahead. If you're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Lance, John Kirby here. I was just wanting to know, going to the Liberty Bowl, how do you sell that and progress with recruits and use as a selling point?
Well, again, I think, John, it's a huge step in the right direction to be bowl eligible. But I think it's even a larger step to be in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, and the fact that the bowl people wanted the University of Kansas, and that says a lot about where we're going as a program, about our fan base, about where we want to be, and to have an opportunity to play in a game of this stature, it really says a lot, and it will be able to make sure that we know it, and again, to play a member of the SEC is going to be something else that'll be nice for us to talk about and doing those things. So there's a lot of great things that we'll be able to discuss and hopefully after a great performance.